Everybody, welcome to Beyond the Bell. I'm Andrew Zarian, returning from summer break. Of course, I'm joined by Rich Stambolian, as I am each and every week. How you doing, Rich?
I never went on a break. I've been doing the show every day since Andrew took his break. I just forgot to post the stream.
Oh, dude,
Much
he's
like
been doing the show the whole time.
I've been doing the show the whole time. I'm real tired. I haven't slept.
How was your summer, Rich?
Listen, can't complain, and it's still going. Technically, we have, 12 more days of summer?
We have another week.
Is the
Yeah,
first
we have
baseball.
another week and a half.
I don't know what I'm going to do, but I want to go out with a bang.
You know what's
like
always
Diamond
nice?
Dallas Page.
You know what's always nice when USA Network likes that you're back.
Oh, hell yeah.
Did you see?
They know.
They just like their tweet. We're back,
know what's
baby.
up.
Yeah, we're
They know
going
what's
on
up.
right after Monk. Here's the
Mhm.
big announcement. This show's going on the USA Network. It's going to air right after Monk and right before La Femme Nikita.
You know what it's called when we go out to the USA Network?
What is it called?
It's called the ratings pop, brother.
Oh, yeah.
They
I
get
was
that
doing
rub.
MG, our producer's here too. MG, you feeling this? Look at that.
Yeah, look at that muscle
Amazing.
boy.
Amazing.
That's all I did all summer.
Muscle boy Andrew Zarian is back.
Yeah. A lot of changed in wrestling, dude. Hold on. I'm going to do my...
Yeah. There he is.
There we go. There you go.
That boy's got muscles.
Oh, Tracy, you're here? A lot of wrestling to talk about. Obviously, the summer was a pack. You know, normally the summer's like, it slows down in the summer, pro wrestling. You got
Yeah.
SummerSlam, obviously. You got All In. You got All Out. You're leading up to the big shows. But as far as like groundbreaking announcements go, you know, the summer's a slow period, but it wasn't this year. A lot of stuff happened over the
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because I agree with you 100%. And it's usually like the big news stuff doesn't really happen during the summer, but you get a lot of wrestling over the summer, and we missed a ton of it. Did we go to any shows? I
Did
don't
we
even
go to
remember.
any shows? No, I don't think we did.
We both have the memories of a goldfish when
I
it
know.
comes to wrestling.
We had a great Forbidden Door at my house. That was fun.
Oh, Forbidden Door is fantastic, yeah.
We had a lot of fun
Wheel-
watching it. I guess we're gonna have another afternoon show.
Very excited.
Yeah.
I like that 3 p.m. stuff.
So where do you want to start? This is what we're gonna do. At the end of the show, we're gonna do a lot of Q&As here. So get your
Yeah.
questions ready. We're building this audience back because we took off for the entirety of the summer. So it's kind of, you got to rebuild here the first couple of shows. But I'm excited to do a Q&A. So we'll do a Q&A at the end of the show. But let's start off with, I guess, Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. We can start off with SmackDown.
Let's do SmackDown because I feel
Okay.
like even though it is technically quote unquote old news, it's still a big story because people are still talking about it, and that's what you want from pro wrestling. I enjoyed SmackDown pretty much top to bottom. And listen, you knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. Everybody kind of knew it was coming. AJ Lee made her return at the end of SmackDown after a 10-year absence. 10 or 11 years? 10 years?
2015. Yeah, 10 years.
So 10 years, right? She
Yeah.
debuted in September of what, 2007?
Is that when she debuted?
Yeah, she debuted in September. I feel like the debut and the return were like very close together
Let's
as
see.
far as dates go.
Debut for AJ Lee. 2011.
2011. Okay.
27th, May 27, 2011. She debuted on SmackDown.
Okay. Maybe I was thinking of when she left.
2015, yeah. So,
Okay.
I mean, a couple of years. She was there for 4 years, and she was
Yeah.
gone for 10.
Wow.
Big
Isn't that wild?
reaction for her. Big reaction, dude. It's interesting generationally when you talk about fandom.
Mhm.
Right? Like, we come from a very different generation. Like, at this point, and she cut a good promo on Raw where she was like, I want to explain to you why your millennial parents are excited to see me, because
Right.
it's such a totally different audience. And from the time that she left to today, they really have concentrated on growing that female audience,
Mhm.
right? I mean, the wrestling has evolved from 2015 to today.
Oh yeah.
She was a catalyst to this. Her and Caitlyn
Mhm.
and Paige, they
Yeah.
were the catalyst to this anti-diva movement that ended up
Right.
taking over the company. And you got people like Charlotte and the Bellas changed their entire attitude towards what they were doing. They were no longer divas.
Mhm.
They were pro wrestlers. Everything changed from
Yeah.
the time that she left to now. This is an interesting intro, but she cut a great promo on Raw, but on SmackDown, she debuted. So you want to run us through
Yeah.
this?
So your final segment on SmackDown was Rollins in the crowd introducing Becky, who called out Punk. Becky has a confrontation with Punk, which I think, like, as a wrestling fan, as a fan of entertainment, when you get put in a position when you're getting smacked around by a lady and then the crowd is simmering, right? Like, Becky really leaned into Punk with all those smacks, right? Calling him like a coward or whatever. Gets out of the ring, says, "Hey, I would never put my hands on a woman, but I know someone who would." Very classic wrestling trope. And then boom, AJ Lee comes out. The crowd goes berserk.
Yeah.
And she takes her out, right? And then you end the show with the Punk and AJ hugging in the ring. Now, I don't know about you, but I am a fan of couples versus couples in wrestling.
You know what? You know how I feel about things. You know how I really feel about things.
Yeah.
Right? I try to be nice
yeah.
here. I really do.
Ever.
I made a comment on Matt Men. Let me just touch this. Where I was saying how, the last couple months of doing the show before the break, I was just phoning them in. Like I was watching the content. I was liking what I liked, and I hated what I didn't like. And I was just going through the motions. That's not to say that I wasn't honest with people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to give. I like to give thought out responses to things. So I'm not very. I don't go based on compulsion when I talk about these things, because you have to put into consideration. There's a lot of work that goes in. I never talk bad about the talent ever.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's something it's abysmal of a match or something heinous happens. That's when I do. But I try to be very respectful to the talent. So I pull back a little bit on my. The way that I would react emotionally, except for when you're the New York Mets. I'll MF you till the cows come, like Alvarez last night. 3 swings in a row. What the hell are you doing? And they didn't wave in that who was on third that they didn't wave in.
Yeah.
It wasn't Mullins.
Was it Alonso?
Mauricio. It was Mauricio.
Yeah.
They didn't wave him in. See, this is what happens.
Yeah, I know.
I try to be respectful. I'm not crazy about like the couples matches because it never comes out good. This one seems to be coming out really good.
I will interject that Miz and Maurice versus John Cena and Nikki Bella was pretty fantastic.
I thought it was great. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That was okay. It was fine. Yeah. But remember, that happened when I was like kind of out of it.
That was like 4 years ago.
No, the new one?
Yeah. Miz and Maurice happened like while we were heavily doing this show.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there another Miz and Maurice?
No. I'll tell you later. I got very confused for a second.
But you know what? I really like that. And didn't Danielson do one too?
Danielson and Bree?
Yeah. Or did I dream that?
You might have dreamed. They did? Where?
They did, right? Who was it against? Okay. So it could have happened. Guys in the chat, let us know.
It was against Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin.
Yo, I'd pay
it. You would pay to see that match.
Like
Brie Bella versus Bobby Lashley?
What, you guys didn't know we were going out?
So AJ came out on SmackDown. That was a good segment. That crowd, they really loved her. They really loved her.
Yeah. Chicago crowd, man.
Yeah. And then Monday. Also, you had Lesnar return also. That's the other thing. Lesnar showed up.
Yeah.
Right? On SmackDown.
I feel like I feel like between the crowd and the social response and all that, I feel like the wind is out of those sails.
Out of what? The Lesnar stuff?
Yeah, the Lesnar stuff. Because I said, I mentioned that I'm in a couple of wrestling group chats with people that I don't like, a lot of people that I don't really know, and like a couple of my boys, right?
Yeah.
Nobody in those chats was like hype for Lesnar.
The damage is done, you know?
The damage is done. I think also, like, even before the damage was done, like, nobody really, like, him going out the way he did was fine, you know? Like, I would have been cool with never seeing the guy again, you know? No, I mean, like, no offense to production and WWE. I know he's a moneymaker for them, but, like, as a fan, I'm like, cool. If I never saw this guy on WWE TV again, I would have been A-okay with that.
Yeah. Let's talk about Raw.
Yeah.
The Usos challenge Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker at WrestlePalooza
Yeah.
LA Knight comes out. I thought the LA Knight promo was really good. That backstage promo that he did was really good.
When is he getting strapped up?
I don't know. You know, I talk about it all the time because it was a memorable moment. I was in that building at the Garden for that house show where it was going to be him and Bray. And Bray wasn't there.
Yeah.
And that crowd went berserk for him.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't even on TV. And it was like the hottest thing in the company. Kids were the way that people are with Jey Uso right now.
Mm-hmm.
You could have had that with LA Knight. It was almost there. They just didn't. Yeah. The machine didn't go behind him.
That's fascinating, you know, because like he's over. You know, people love him.
Because, and he's a throwback. You know,
he's a throwback. As a fan, you know, we've been watching wrestling our entire lives. I do feel like you gotta strike while the iron's hot sometimes. And within the next year, if they don't do anything with LA Knight, I feel like it would be. I think it would be another Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder situation where
they screwed up.
They didn't capitalize on what could have been something pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know? Put the belt on him, man. Like, they put the belt on Jay and then they took the belt off Jay, you know? But now Jay can say, hey, former world champion.
Yeah.
You know, you can hot potato that. I feel like that's the perfect belt to hot potato also.
Which one? The world title?
The world title, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah.
So LA Knight comes out, attacks the Vision on the ramp. There was a moment where Jay got pushed. LA and Jay had like this thing happen where I think one of the Brons bumped into him during a commercial. Oh, so this was interesting. Did you see this commercial break AJ Styles interview? It didn't air for the U.S. It aired for international only.
Oh, interesting.
Where he aired his grievances.
Yes.
All right, that's interesting.
Now, where's that leading to?
Well, his contract is ending in February, right?
Uh-huh.
So do they do an interesting thing where they let him go and do a couple indie dates, right? Have him go and do a couple indie dates, have him do something, have him show up in TNA for a little bit, and then he comes back and he finishes his, he signs a new deal and he finishes. I don't see him going to AEW.
Me neither. You want a fantasy book a little bit?
Yeah.
Because this popped into my head and I want your opinion of it. We always talk about how New Japan isn't what it used to be currently.
Uh-huh.
Right? Do you think, let's say fantasy booking wise, AJ Styles goes back to New Japan, does he reinvigorate the brand a little bit?
I don't think. Oh, are you saying like he leaves WWE and he goes to New Japan?
Yeah, for a little bit. Does he pop the territory?
I think he would slightly, but you also have to remember this is a 47, 48-year-old AJ now.
Yeah.
You know, so what we saw him do in Japan in 2016 and 2015, that's not the same guy. I think 100% it'll pop it. I think it would be a nice, it would be great for New Japan. I think it would be good for the AJ Styles brand. But he's so comfortable there. He really is.
Yeah.
They really treated him well.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't the scenario where, you know, he got offered this lowball deal and they treated him like crap because he was the TNA champion and he wasn't in WWE. Yeah. He didn't really get that. I think people, maybe that could have been it, but once they saw that reaction for him and how talent spoke about him.
And how talented he was.
And how, obviously, yeah. You know, it was, his run will probably, out of all the people, here's one question, right? And this is good for the audience. Out of all those people that like jumped ship, right, to WWE in recent times, is he the most successful?
Recent times meaning what? The last 15 years?
The last 20 years, yeah. Post WCW. Anybody that went there that was an established talent. I think I lost Rich here, but he'll come back. Anybody that was an established talent somewhere else that went to WWE, post WCW, who had the most successful run out of all those individuals? Outside of AJ, I can't think of anybody really. Now we may get a different story with Penta. You know, Cody doesn't really count because he was there. I can't think of anybody. And that's interesting, right? MG, how about you? Can you think of anybody that went to WWE post post WCW? Anybody from TNA or anywhere, New Japan, anywhere else? Ring of you know what?
Yeah, it's a hard
maybe the
question.
Ring of Honor guys, right? But they went through developmental.
Yeah. Well, if you say that, well, no.
I'm not counting developmental. I'm not counting developmental. I'm saying going right to the main roster.
Brian Danielson.
I think I'm back. That was weird.
Brian Danielson. That's good. Yeah, Brian Danielson.
Okay.
Booker T.
Post WCW. I'm not
post WCW.
Yeah. So like from 2004 on.
That's a very interesting time because you had. I'm going to use CM Punk as an example.
But he went to developmental. I'm not counting anybody developmental. I'm talking about somebody
straight to the main.
Straight to the main.
Yeah, it's got to be AJ Styles, right?
Has to be AJ.
Yeah. Because
he's also the only one they did that way, right? They didn't.
Yeah.
He's the only one they really did that with, where they brought him straight to the main.
When you're not counting NXT, right?
I'm not counting NXT. I'm not counting, like they spent the time in OVW or development. I'm saying they were on TV, wherever they were. They were established stars. They came to the main roster and they got a big push.
Rob Van Dam.
No, that's the ECW effect. I'm going 2023, 2003, 2004.
That's
has to be.
Yeah.
You know who else had a good run? The Good Brothers. They had a good run.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like they were presented as an act. I mean, they became a comedy act, but they were presented as an act. He was an anomaly, and he was a guy that they didn't want. And what's interesting is if they had taken him earlier and given him, like, could he have been treated well? I don't think so. I think it was perfect time, perfect place.
Perfect time, perfect place. I also think that's like his debut was also when the waters were kind of shifting a little bit, because I always think about Samoa Joe and how they put Samoa Joe into NXT, right? Could have easily debuted on the main roster, but with the Samoa Joe thing, they let him keep his name, right? I think he was the first guy that they let do that.
You know what? Joe, good pick.
Right. But he did the NXT thing first, and then also, he always tells the story of how he goes, hey, listen, I'm going to sell the most merch. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then in that NXT debut, they sold out of those Samoa Joe t-shirts, you know? So then eyes were on him. And then when they brought him I really enjoyed it when they brought him to the main roster because I think he did the debut choking out Seth Rollins, right?
Was that the debut on the main roster? I mean, I remember his debut, and talk about those NXT debuts. NXT did it right. I'm talking about main roster, but like Samoa Joe was treated like a big deal. Adam Cole was treated as a big deal. Kevin Owens was treated as a big deal. Sami Zayn. I mean, they really in NXT they were allowed to do this because they didn't really have established talent there. But
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, another one. He was treated.
Nakamura.
Nakamura. Kenta, they attempted at least with Kenta until he got banged up. But they did it well over there. It's the main roster that's tricky. But we're seeing things. Things are different now. So we'll see. Monday Night Raw. Where were we? AJ Styles defeated El Grande Americano, which there was a second El Grande Americano that showed up. Did you see this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dos.
Grande 2,
which was Pete Dunne.
Wild.
I like this Grande thing. They should have all the Grandes, and then they should have like a dark El Grande Americano.
I feel like you should do that cosplay.
Huh?
I feel like you could do that cosplay.
The Grande Americano?
Yeah, you can get away with it.
I could
do one jacked. Like an oiled and jacked today. You oiled up, right? You oiled up before we did the show.
Look, like a ready?
Ooh, good. Don't bust something.
I'm going to pop my eyeballs out.
You're going to pop your wig off.
I'm going to pop my wig off, dude. I just glued this thing on, too. It's on hard. But this one's too dense. You see how, like, you can't see any front? It's too dense. It looks too fake.
Did you do the old school thing where you put the thing with the hole in it and just like spray paint?
Hold on.
Do you remember that?
I have Topic somewhere. I have the spray Topic. I can't wait till I pull this thing off one day, and I'm actually I'm an Irish guy. I'm a bald Irish guy. I'll take all the paint off and the eyebrows off.
Which is just exposed brain.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm Jim Dulligan. That's my name. My name's Jim Dulligan, not Andrew Zarian.
That's hysterical. It'd be funny if he watches all your shows.
Mr. Dulligan?
Yeah.
That would make my day.
Comes knocking at your door.
Why are you
All right,
talking
where are
about
we?
me?
I think you should do Grande Americano cosplay.
Yeah, I actually, it got over. People, and I like this thing.
Yeah.
This is how he dabs people up. I like that a lot. That's
He
nice.
Isn't it funny? Again, he's another guy. Do you think Chad Gable should get strapped up in that company? Because he's kind of holding it down in many ways. Like, he got Shoosh over. He got American Made over. He was, he was another guy who was rocking in NXT.
Well, you know what's funny? I mean,
He was the white guy in many classic black guy, white guy tag teams.
He was the white guy in many classic white guy, black guy tag teams. Yes. You know what? That's a great. Is that his Wikipedia description?
Yeah.
Dude, he was great in NXT. I mean, that tag team with Jason Jordan. I mean,
yeah, dude.
I was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. I mean, it's unfortunate what happened with Jordan, but this guy has survived everything. They gave him that. What was that other one? Shorty G?
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about
Remember
that.
they made him Shorty G?
Mm-hmm.
And he just sucked it up and did it. And I think Luca Kaiser's great, by the way, as this character. It got really over. I'm really into it. Somebody had a great I gotta find the tweet. Somebody had a great description of like the differences between both versions of this gimmick. I gotta find that.
Mm-hmm.
It was so funny when I read it. But I'm into it. Dragon Lee took down Pete Dunne, by the way, allowing Styles to pick up the win. Raquel Rodriguez with Roxanne Perez defeated Lyra Valkyria. Okay.
Great.
She hit the Tahana bomb, and that was it. The Usos spoke backstage with Jimmy telling Jay he sounds a lot like Roman.
Uh-oh, believe that.
I didn't like that line. Oh, so you mean to tell me you sound like one of the greatest champions this company has ever had and one of the most dominant title runs of all time?
Exactly.
Oh, how dare you emulate the success of your cousin?
Yeah.
AJ Lee came out to the ring. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I interrupt you for a second? I want your opinion on this too, because we were talking about guys getting over, right? Like an AJ Styles, based on pure talent.
Yeah.
Who's a guy that you can see WWE strapping the rocket to like they did with Roman? Because Roman was like the guy from the get, right? Like even before the Shield debut, it was like, hey, protect this guy. He's gonna be like our stud,
Who's another guy that you could see being done like that? Braun Breaker.
Okay.
If they just figure it out, they'll do it with him. But remember, Roman was a guy that they did not like. That suffering succotash era Roman.
Oh my God, yeah.
Just insane because he was a total babyface, but that's not his character. It was so unnatural for him. They didn't get it right, but taking time off and the pandemic, you want to think if they didn't have that ability to kind of refocus what they want to do with him,
right?
What would they have continued on just steaming through? Like, no, he's going to be this babyface, like what we did with John Cena. He had to go home. Remember, he was sick. Yeah. He had to go home because he didn't want to be exposed to getting worse at the time.
Right.
So, very interesting stuff. I didn't like that line from Jimmy. I also think that the Usos should be together always. Even if they're doing single stuff, they should always still be a team.
Agreed, yeah.
Interesting. AJ Lee comes out.
Yeah.
Big pop. She's wearing the IC title, the women's IC title.
Mm-hmm.
She apologized for her absence and said she was so sure she would no longer wear shorts that didn't fit her. She mentioned that she had to do some work, mental health work. I think it's tremendous that she could talk about this. And she's done tremendous stuff and helped a lot of people. Yeah. She's a mental health advocate. I think it's incredible. What was, and the contrast for me was, she's doing this very sincere conversation, not a promo. Like, she's telling me, like, guys, I left. I didn't think I would do this again. Everybody knows her history with dealing with mental health issues. She's been very open about it and very helpful for a lot of people. I mean, the comments that I saw on my timeline, just people talking about while it was happening.
Yeah.
There was so many people that wrote, just her bravery to talk about these things has helped me and her book, and she's been tremendous.
Yeah.
Right? Very heartfelt and real.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes Becky Lynch, an over-the-top cartoon.
Oh, 100%.
Yelling at the crowd, and like she has a black guy, she's hiding it.
Mm-hmm.
It was so over the top. I stopped and I was like, what am I watching? What's happening here? I just thought the contrast was so it kind of took me out of like the emotion of what AJ was saying.
Yeah, when you so if you take Seth and Becky and put them together, I feel like if you think about it, they are very much a throwback to like late 80s style wrestling.
Just over the top, slip
Like,
on a banana peel. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like very big heel. But that's a good contrast too. It's a good contrast, especially because, like you said, AJ kind of ushered in. She was one of the ones that helped usher in that new age of professional wrestling for women.
Yeah.
Right. And she inspired a lot of people inside and outside of the ring. And yeah, I could see you being taken out of it where you have giant Becky Lynch showing up with all these big moves and loud and all that shit.
Yeah. But I'm excited for the program. I think that match is going to be great.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
I hate the fact that it's on the same day as All Out. Because guess who you're fucking when you do that, right?
Right.
The fan.
Exactly.
Fan. And that's my biggest problem with it. I don't, the business end doesn't bother me. Like, I get the business strategy with counter programming. That's the world that we're in. And I'll talk about that a little bit more when we talk about this, because I've spoken to people in WWE, from different levels and different categories. I'm just naming. I'm not going to expose my source, but it could be in marketing, it could be in sales, it could be in the production team, it could be the talent. We'll talk about that in a little bit when we talk about what's going on there. Yeah. But she also said that she was feeling well about her retirement, and then things took a turn once Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins went after CM Punk. Mm-hmm. Becky came out, obviously. Here comes Seth. Seth goes in the ring, demanding the title back, and AJ said prior to that, "Hey, I'll give you the title back if you agree to a tag match. CM Punk, AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch." They didn't really want to do it, and then she goes in the ring. Here comes CM Punk, goes for the why did I want to say an attitude adjustment? And then I wanted to say Anaconda Vice. I'm using all the wrong moves.
It goes for the Anaconda Vice.
Goes for the goes for his finish. Seth slips out and then accepts the challenge. Great.
It's gonna be fun. It's a Palooza. What would Andrew Palooza be like?
You know what it would be? It would be a panel, no loudness. It's just airing of grievances of things that we don't like and places we don't like going.
And nobody eating in front of you.
Nobody eating in front of me. What would happen with Andrew Palooza is that everybody would, if it's everybody that's like me, you would arrive, you would see that there's too many people, and then you would leave in about an hour.
I do find, oh my God, that'd be hysterical. I do find your quirks kind of funny, but especially like don't eat if you're ever in front of Andrew. Yeah. This is for anybody who meets him. Don't eat in front of him.
Well, no. They're accepted. If we're sitting down to eat, yeah.
No. I'm saying like you're not big on standing and eating.
Give me an example. Give the audience examples of this.
If we're out and let's say we're at Arthur Ashe and somebody comes up to you and they're in the middle of eating a pretzel.
No, dude. I'm not talking to you. Sorry. Or how about, you know what? Why do you need the giant nachos at a wrestling show?
I was just going to say the nachos. Okay?
Do you remember I was motherfucking that guy in front of us?
Oh, my God. Dude.
And I was so disgusted with the amount of food. And I was counting his calories, dude. I'm sitting there and I'm like, Rich, this guy has consumed like 11,000 calories this entire show. Why do you need to eat so much? Nachos, hot dogs, burgers, pretzels, soda, popcorn.
Yeah.
Tacos.
All of it.
I counted. I did an inventory of this man, and I counted how much he spent.
I know.
He spent about $350 on garbage in front of
I
us
can
at the show.
imagine.
All he did
Yeah.
was eat. He didn't even watch the show.
That's why, and listen, this is my move. That's why I sneak in stuff to show. I think when we went to, I forget when we went to a show with Kyle a couple of years ago, and I had sandwiches from French Workshop, like in my bag, and I was like, I gave like one for me, one for Kyle. I was like, oh, this is good stuff,
Dude, I've never seen someone be able to smuggle in so much stuff.
Oh, dude, it's the best.
And it's nothing bad. Nothing bad.
No, it's nothing bad. Like you should have
Except
seen
for
me
when
at
it
that,
is.
Should have seen me at that Liberty game a couple of weeks ago, man. Like I snuck so much shit into that game.
Dude, you're the one?
I'm not the thrower.
One?
I'm not
You're
the thrower.
thrower?
If anybody's the thrower, it's MG.
I hate women.
Didn't it happen at a Jets game also?
It happened
Or
at
a-
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Or something. Another football game of the weekend. Anyway,
Hold
we've
on.
been talking
Hold on.
about Raw
at the
a
Hammerstein.
lot.
At the Hammerstein, all there was snacks and chips and candy. Yes, great. No more food. I don't want any more food. Turn it off.
Yeah,
I went to
like,
Arthur Ashe. I went to Arthur Ashe a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago for the tennis that I do
Mhm.
every year. And I spoke to them and I said, listen, after the renovation, AEW comes back. Do me a favor. Turn all the food off.
no more concessions.
They don't need to eat anymore. I don't want to smell
Mhm.
sausage. I just want to sit there and watch wrestling.
You don't want to smell pizza while you sit next to a guy who smells like pizza.
Do you know, I've almost had to be thrown off a plane because of people eating on a plane.
Oh, can you please tell me what happened?
My screen just broke. Is that what you're referring to? When MG
No,
logged
I
off?
meant the airplane thing. I want to hear about the airplane thing.
Why do you need to bring kimchi on an airplane?
I think funky food shouldn't be allowed in enclosed spaces. That's my gripe, But like, I'm
Dude, I'm on my JetBlue flight and I smell
Mhm.
it. Right, I smell it, and I got up and I yelled, "Who the f is eating kimchi?"
Yeah.
And I made eye contact with this person eating the food. I'm like, "Why here?
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Why here?"
Or if somebody opens like a thing of fish, like
Ugh.
anywhere. Now, would it be, before we get back to wrestling, would it be your worst nightmare if they started selling spaghetti and meatballs at wrestling shows?
That's the day.
Just watching people shovel noodles into their mouth. I imagine you would have a fit.
I have so many of these.
It's great.
Rich could write a book.
I can write a novel. I can write a series of books about what Andrew doesn't like.
Yeah, okay, we didn't talk about that. We met up with Rob.
Oh, that's right,
Rob from Fightful. He experienced
Rob.
the Zarian vortex. He saw it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
We scared him. We scared him to death.
We made that guy walk all over Manhattan.
Dude, we went out. We went to the Elgin, okay?
Fantastic.
And our friend showed up. Silvana
Yes.
showed up.
Yeah.
And she's nuts. She's
Yeah.
unwell.
The
So
lunatic.
he had to deal with her. And then I'm like, hey, let's go to Sardi's.
Let's go to Sardi's, baby.
I want an effing martini.
I was so horny for Sardi's that day.
Oh man, me too. So we go, and who's there? Bob is there, right?
Of course.
With Mio, with his in-laws,
Yeah.
and he's just seeing this insane interaction,
Mm-hmm.
right? All the characters, and he looked at me. He goes, "Oh, it's exactly how I expected this to go."
Yeah. That was a fun afternoon. That was a great time. Rob, that was a lot of fun.
That martini made me suffer. My gout triggered my gout for like 2 weeks.
That was a pretty fantastic martini. It's the best martini around.
Best martini in the city. Sardi's.
All right,
let's
let's go back to wrestling.
Yeah. Bailey did a vignette where she's losing her mind
Yeah.
still. She's hearing all the voices in her head.
Yeah.
So that's continuing. Rusev and Penta. Rusev has plummeted in weight, huh?
Yeah, man. He looks like, I'm not saying he looks terrible, but if you look at old Rusev and this Rusev, like he's leaned out a lot.
So much, yeah.
Yeah.
So much. He had a match with Penta. Penta so over. Grayson Waller and the New Day distracted Penta at the end of the match. Asuka defeated Nikki Bella. So it's fascinating. Nikki Bella's back.
Mhm.
Brock Lesnar's back. John Cena's back.
So wild.
It's like CM Punk's there. It's WWE from like 2013, 2012.
But like done, like, do you think it's done right? Because, like they're making up for that lost Punk time in a big way. You know, like everything he's done has been in a marquee match.
Yeah, I think they're gonna the real question is gonna be when they put the title on him and
Right.
what that looks like.
He needs to stay healthy. They got to put the title on him at some point. Do you think it's an eventuality that he gets the belt?
They have to. They have to do it. I think it would be a big mistake if they don't. And I'm not talking about the like, you know, the Seth Rollins one. I'm talking about the real title.
The real world title.
The real world's title. Yeah. You know, the WWE World Championship. That's the one that he should get. And to be honest, I think he should be a heel when he does it.
Do you think he could pull off being a heel? Oh, this is a good question for you. Do you think Punk could pull off being a heel, or would it go the route of John Cena, where it's like people will boo for 3 weeks and then be like, I can't boo this guy.
My honest reaction is I think people really want to boo CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think people wanted to boo John Cena, and I think John Cena was not a good heel. He's never done it, really. He only did it the first couple of years of his career. And whatever version of heel John Cena this was so wacky.
You know, it started out super strong with those heel promos of like, you know, like calling out the crowd and being like a real, like breaking the fourth wall and like doing all this stuff. Like, I'm going to ruin wrestling for you. And he was getting like these reactions. But then all of a sudden it was like, all right, forget about that. I'm back. And then that was
because
it.
I guess they realized that The Rock, The Rock was not going to be involved. Whatever this payoff was, it totally fell apart. Again, it was done backwards. A heel John Cena just destroying Cody. Yeah. And then cutting that promo. Like, what are you people upset about? You guys didn't even like me. You didn't even want me here.
Right.
You were happy I was gone.
Exactly. Exactly. But, and they built off that for like a few weeks. I think with Punk, I think he can definitely be a monster heel, but I don't think the crowd would let him. You know
what's fascinating? Remember when he came back at that Rumble? What was that? 2007, 2008? Which Rumble was that he showed up in?
Yeah.
That he won.
Oh, I want to say 2008.
2008. Yeah, it had to have been 2008. He was out with the injury. Nobody knew he was going to come back, right?
Yeah.
I was in the building for that.
Okay.
I was there. The revisionist history of, oh my God, people love this is so wild to me because people were so freaking mad that he showed up. They did not want John Cena winning. They didn't want John Cena there. The surprise was not a positive.
Well, that was the Garden show, right?
I was there. I was in that building. The boos were immense. I think people, I can't remember what it was, but people wanted Triple H to win that one.
That clip, I think, has been doctored a lot, too.
Yeah.
Or like, it's not the original clip from the return. It's a clip put together with like insane crowd noise.
Yeah.
Where he stands there, right? With like, correct me if I'm wrong.
It's this one.
Yeah, it's the one because it's the garden. It's that classic garden shot because of the way the building was shaped. So it's like the short ramp, and he's standing there like doing this shit. Yeah.
I don't know,
but yeah, like I said, CM Punk as a heel, he can do a bang up job, but I don't think the crowd would let him at this point. He's on like a legacy run right now since he returned.
Now, do you believe that he's retiring?
Who, Cena?
Do you think this is it?
Punk?
He will not wrestle again, Cena.
I want to say I'd love to believe it, but I think you and I can both agree that at some point, maybe like a year later, somebody's going to need a tag team partner. Cody's going to need a tag team partner.
Maybe a little bit later, like something is going to happen. Like, let's say Braun Breaker becomes the guy, and he's like, there's nobody, I'm the best thing, and blah, blah, blah. A couple years go by, he's 50-something years old. He's still, he's going to be in exceptional shape for the rest of his life. John Cena's not going to get fat and old. Does he come back for one last time? Yeah, I think it happens.
If they could do it with Shawn Michaels, they could do it with anybody, because
that was a guy that never would have done it.
I firmly believed, and it was true, when Shawn Michaels was done, he was done, right?
Yeah.
And then they were like, hey, by the way,
we have Saudi money.
We have a lot of money to give you.
Yeah.
And we don't care that you're bald now.
Yeah.
Just, can you wrestle the Saudi show,
He really is the greatest, Shawn. Rich is frozen again, but I'll take that over. I've been going down like a weird Shawn Michaels rabbit hole because he is the sexy boy, and he was exceptional. I mean, really before his time. If you want to talk about like a wrestling style that didn't really age, he didn't really change the way that he wrestled, and it's still to this day not an old way of wrestling. Interesting. Asuka defeated Nikki Bella. Asuka confronted Nikki backstage after the match, but Rhea interrupted, getting Asuka's side, so this is going to be set up for a tag match. Bronson Reed with Braun Breaker defeated LA Knight. Jey Uso tried to make the save, but Breaker caught him with a spear. LA Knight, you know what I did like? I did like on SmackDown Cena using the spear. I thought that was fun. Jey Uso
The
tried
greatest
to make the
hits
save.
of all his opponents.
All the greatest hits. Yeah, he should just do all of them. Jey Uso tried to make
Rich
the
is
save. Rich is back, but you're like,
I'm back.
yeah. What do you? You're not using.
He's on
You're
dial.
using dial-up. Yeah.
I'm using that. It's so okay. So the first time I glitched out, this is very bizarre. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not. The first time I glitched out, an ambulance drove by, sirens blazing, right? This time that I glitched out, same thing.
Ooh.
3 cars passed by with sirens.
Wait a minute.
And it
Do you have a new conspiracy?
I have a new conspiracy that they're destroying the internet.
The 5G is interfering.
Oh no.
Do you know? I know somebody brought that up to me.
About how 5G is gonna rot your brain.
Rot your brain. Yeah. A relative brought it up,
Oh, okay.
and I was at a birthday party, like a 60th birthday party, and I looked at.
Mhm.
I'm like, are you fucking out of your mind?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like, what is wrong with you? Jey Uso made the save, tried to make the save. Breaker caught him with a spear. LA Knight makes the save with a chair, but he takes a spear from Jay as payback from early in the night. So there's something going on there.
Great.
All right, great. Have you been watching AAA?
I have not been watching AAA, but I'm very excited for this card, and this card just so happens to be on Mr. Gonzo's birthday.
It is September 12th at 10
Happy
p.m.
birthday.
Eastern. Dude, this
Birthday
card
shout-out.
looks great.
Yes. Can we go through it real quick? We
Yeah.
have a limited time. We got to get to questions. AAA Mega Campeon, El Hijo del Vikingo defends against Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic
I'm
is the
gonna
most
say
over guy.
Dominic takes that belt.
He has to. He's so over there.
AAA World Tag Team Champion Psycho Clown and Pagano defend against Kofi and Xavier. Wow.
Dude, you know what? We play this game all the time, right? We play the prediction game all the time. Did you have this in your cards, that AAA, that you would see Psycho Clown and Pagano against the New Day?
No, and also like there's a match that there's 2 matches that I never thought I'd see in my life. Up next we have AAA Reina de Reinas Championship #1 contenders match, Natalia versus Fabi Apache. Great. Mixed tag match. This is insane.
Yeah.
Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez versus Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice. I never thought I would see Finn Balor versus Mr. Iguana.
I have to
And
tell
they
you,
have the little hand puppets too.
they both have hand puppets.
Is he gonna be the demon?
He has a demon puppet.
No, but is he gonna come out as the demon? He has to,
Oh.
right?
Maybe. That'd be great.
He has to, just for like a treat, right?
By the way, I'm a fan of Lola Vice. I'm a big
Yes.
fan of hers.
Very good.
I met her. When was it? In August? In July? I met her at the Mets game. I was at Citi Field with Bob, and I ran into her and Damian and Sheamus. What professionals! They took photos with everybody. They weren't mob, but they kind of were. You know what I mean? Like it's nice to see how genuinely like good people they are.
Yes.
You know,
I think
that's the difference. Like nobody was like, "Hey, F off! I'm not taking a photo with you. I'm watching the game."
I have another question for you.
Yeah, Damian is huge.
Think it will? Yeah, he's a big guy. Do
Yeah.
you think it will? Do you think WWE will get to the point like Marvel does with morality clauses in their contracts?
I think they do. I think they have some sort of a morality. Yeah, I think it has to be in there.
Where like you have to be a handshaking good person.
I don't think anybody on that roster, depending on who, you know, what level they are, they're not going to sit there and like smoke a cigarette and like they're drunk, you know, at a game. Like they have to be very self-aware.
Yeah, nobody's a piece of shit anymore.
Nobody. I mean, I'm sure some are, but some hide it
Yeah.
really well. But you can't be a forward-facing piece of shit.
Right. I feel like
You got to
the
be a
days
closeted piece of shit.
the days of wrestlers being forward-facing pieces of shit are pretty much over, right?
Listen, unless it's your gimmick, like an MJF, you know. But the reality is, everybody
yeah.
knows he's a sweet boy.
Exactly. AAA Latin American champion El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. defends against Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, and Ethan Page. That's going to be a banger.
Yeah. You know how I realize that these people, wrestling has really changed, and these people are genuinely decent, nice people. When my daughter was sick, the amount of wrestlers that don't know me, that they heard, that reached out to me, and certain companies that sent things to my house for my daughter, that changed my entire stance on a lot of things.
It was very sweet. It was very kind that a lot of people reached out, and people you wouldn't expect either.
No, a lot of heinous heels.
Yeah.
A lot of it was really it was eye-opening.
Yeah, it was very sweet.
Yeah.
And you have your Lucha Showcase, La Parca, Mascarita Sagrada, Octagon Jr., Nino Hamburguesa, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wild.
What is it, Nina Hamburguesa?
Nino Hamburguesa.
Oh, okay.
Burger Boy. Lince Dorado, and Mini Abismo Negro in a Lucha Showcase. I am excited for this entire card.
I want the minis.
Do you think WWE would incorporate the minis or no?
They did. I mean, 10 years ago they had minis.
I want Nino
They had this guy, right? What was that? Not Toros. What did they call him?
Oh, El Torito.
El Torito.
I want Nino Hamburguesa to be signed by WWE.
I want what I really and
Mr. Iguana.
I want LA Park. I want La Parca.
Yeah,
not LA.
Absolutely.
But this is a different La Parca. This one is very svelte.
Also surprised that Pentagon's not on the show.
Why isn't Pentagon there?
Unless they're gonna add something later. I definitely feel like Pentagon should be on this show.
Maybe does he have any beef with them or no?
He might, right?
I don't know. I don't know the Mexican promotion politics. I'm not as up on it as
Same
I used
here.
to be.
Yeah.
RussellPalooza? Let's do that. Let's do some RussellPalooza.
Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer for the vacant Women's World Championship.
Cool.
Stephanie Vaquer all the way.
Yeah, she's great.
The Usos versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Great.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bronze win, and there's going to be drama between the Usos. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
No, I hope it's a one and done. I'm into it.
Does Cena win this one?
Do you think they're going to do 3? They're going to do best of 3?
I don't know, man, because
he's got 8 of shows left, so no.
Well,
I would think
okay.
not.
So if he has 8 shows left, he has a potential 8 matches, right? Is he going out against Brock Lesnar, or is it going to be somebody else?
No,
or
it has to be someone else.
Or does Cody step up and say one more time, blah blah blah?
Yeah, man. When
goes out,
December 13th is the last day,
and he goes out with the belt, 18-time world champion.
I don't, normally I can predict what they do. I can't predict it.
Yeah. Because I do feel like he needs something worthy of John Cena. And last week we mentioned Kurt Angle having his last match against Baron Corbin. And it's not a knock on Baron Corbin, but come on, right?
It was wrong.
Cody versus Drew. Great. Seth and Becky versus CM Punk and AJ Lee. Does that headline World WrestlePalooza?
World WrestlePalooza will be headlined by that. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
They should. I mean, that's a big match.
Yeah, huge match.
Is it bigger than the world title match? Yeah, because the outcome of that world title match. It was that match was just thrown together. Yeah, interesting. Let's go to AEW here. Bryan Danielson is joining the AEW commentary team full time. He was incredible on commentary at
Oh
Forbidden
yeah,
Door.
he's so great. He's so great on commentary.
He was really good. I was not surprised because I've heard him on commentary, but he was really on.
Yeah.
So that's starting.
Yeah, he's really good. And that starts tomorrow too. And also, like, this is a fun thing to do, much like how they've done with Nigel, where now that Nigel's cleared,
Yeah.
now he can show up and do matches, like quick matches, right? I feel like this is gonna, even though Danielson did have like a quick return, quote unquote return match, with Max Caster, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like whenever that was, I feel like this is a good way to kind of reintroduce him as like an attraction.
Danielson.
You know?
Yeah, he came out.
Yeah.
He did that thing on Ring of Honor, right? He did like a couple spots on Ring of Honor. He didn't really wrestle him, but he beat him up.
He's one guy I definitely miss.
Oh, me too. He's my favorite. He's like, that's the style of wrestling I've always loved.
Yeah.
Like that is the exact style.
And I also would, again, this is fanboy shit. I would love to see him with the belt again, even though he probably doesn't want it. You know? Yeah. AEW also announces that pay-per-views are now available on HBO Max per Andrew. And guys, remember, send Andrew your social security number, your credit card information, your address, and within 2 weeks, you will get a VHS tape of wrestling.
This is what I'm doing. I'm going back to tape trading. Dave Bixenspan convinced me to go back to tape trading. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to send me your social. You're going to send me your address. You're going to give me your credit card information and your mother's maiden name. In return, I'm going to mail you a mystery VHS. It could be Bad Blood 98.
Could be Halloween Havoc.
It could be Halloween Havoc 96.
It could be a tape of you watching wrestling.
It could be a tape of me watching wrestling. It could just be a tape of me not watching anything.
Just
or it could be Raw from last week. We are playing the gauntlet. It's called Andrew's Infinity Gauntlet. Where I mail you, you provide me all of your information, including your firstborn, and I will mail you a VHS.
Personal information, a copy of your birth certificate, and Andrew, within 2 weeks, will send you a VHS tape.
Yeah. It could
with
just
no
be
writing on it.
No writing. No. Or it's like scribbled. It's like crossed out. It says RoboCop 2 crossed out. It says ABC News, March 19th, 1993 crossed out. And it says Monday Night Raw from last night.
With a question mark.
With a question mark. Because, I don't know. I don't remember. Fantastic. I got to buy some VHSs, dude. Do you know they're not cheap?
I know. No, they're not. I used to get them in bulk to tape wrestling.
Do you know what I got? I went to the Lord Huron concert.
Yeah.
At the Garden.
Yes.
You want to talk about me staying at an event till the end? I stayed till the end.
You loved it.
After
you loved it.
I loved it. I took a little gimmick.
A little doozy?
Doozy.
Mm-hmm.
I took like 10 milligrams of a beautiful
nice.
Edible. I sat
did you have, was it a BK broiler?
Yeah, it was a BK broiler. Yeah.
Very nice.
BK broiler.
Only
Only like a nibble though, because if you take a full, you're going into interdimensional travels happening.
You're headlining the show if you do.
I'm on stage, dude. I'm singing. But we loved it. I stayed till the end of that concert.
Yeah, you had a great time.
I don't know what genre it is. What would you consider them or him?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Dad rock.
Is it Dad rock?
No, it's not Dad rock. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not really I like stuff that's adjacent.
Indie rock. It's an LA based indie rock band. That's what they say they are.
But I always get happy when you stay for the entirety of things.
It's very rare.
I know. I'm like, oh, he made it. Good for him. That must have been. He must have had a great time. Did you stay for the entirety of your boys' party out in the Hamptons?
No, because I got there. I can talk about it. Tim's party.
Okay.
Yeah. I can mention him. I know I'll get hate, but I don't care. No, I went to Tim Dillon's Hamptons party because I've known him for like 20 years, 15 years at least. I put the car in auto drive. It drove me to Southampton. It did everything for me. and then I came back by like 9 o'clock.
That's awesome to do that because it legitimately is a straight line from your house.
Oh, it's so easy. You just get on the LIE. That's it.
And that's it. So did you drive it to the LIE and then put it in auto?
No.
Auto.
I got out of driveway. I just put in auto, and it just did the whole thing.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah.
Were you reading the entire time? Were you smoking a long cigarette?
I was doing my toes. I was doing my nails. I was one of those lady cigarettes, the Capris. I was smoking Capris.
With the cigarette holder, like the penguin?
With the cigarette, yeah, it was like this long.
and a martini. Can you drink while you do that?
With my legs smoking a cigarette and having a martini?
If you set the car in auto, are you allowed to drink in your automobile?
I think that would be frowned upon. I think they would get very upset at that.
That's
but
amazing.
I
how fast?
How
fast does it go when you set it in auto?
As fast as you want to set it to.
If you were like, I want to go 90 miles an hour, and you just set it, would it just start going?
So what I normally do is I set it to 10 miles over the speed limit.
Okay.
So it balances it out, like it's able to do. But like I don't know what the top speed that you could set it to. It may be 80, maybe I don't know. I don't remember what the top speed is.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it's great. It's freaking fantastic. Made my life so much easier.
And you didn't stay for you only stayed until 9 o'clock.
I stayed till it took me 2 hours to get back, so I stayed till like 6:30. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I was there from like 3 o'clock,
Yeah. That's a long drive too.
Yeah. What was the best fucking part of it was just all the comics, right? Everybody you could imagine. These people were coming up to me, Rich. Okay. And may I get struck by lightning if I'm lying. They go, "Where's Rich? Is Rich coming?" And I'm like, he's not here. He's like, dude, I'm a fan. I've listened to you for years. I've listened to you and Rich, and these were people like established. I'm not gonna out people, but
did you pop a BK broiler, a full one, before this happened?
No.
You were like, everybody's asking about Rich.
Or
you walked up to people and you were like, hey, ask me about Rich.
I was talking to the trees and the shrubbery.
Who?
I was talking to the bushes.
Well, the trees know me by another name.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right. Where are we?
I don't know.
Where are we? This is our return episode of Beyond
All right,
the Bell.
So HBO, let's talk about this. HBO Max. So when they were negotiating the deal, I was told that they would 100% be on Max for the pay-per-view, which they had announced that it was coming, right, a while ago. They were still working on the infrastructure for this. And the date I was told was February. But I'm going back like to last summer. I was told like February was the goal for this. And obviously they didn't reach February. At the same time, BR Live went away, so they had to open up their pay-per-views to everything. So now they're on Prime, on YouTube, on ppv.com, linear providers, now on Max also. If you're a Max subscriber, you get a $10 discount.
Yeah.
Great. I'm a Max subscriber because I watch content on Max. So saving $10 a month ordering these pay-per-views, that's a decent deal for me. Now, you don't need to get Max to watch the pay-per-views. You can watch on Prime, on YouTube, on ppv.com. I think there was a lot of confusion that this would be exclusive. The only exclusivity is, from what I understand, is that they will not be mentioning the other providers.
Right.
Because if you noticed last week when they were promoting the pay-per-view, which will be the first one, All Out will be the first pay-per-view on Max for like a PPV function, they didn't mention anything else except for Max. Which, fine, that's what they're doing. I think this is good. I think it doesn't really change anything, Yeah. If you don't want to use Max, you don't have to. You can still pay the $50 a month. If you have Max, then you pay $40 a month. A lot of people wanted to know, why did they do this? Why not just give it away? Well, it's because A, they make good money from the pay-per-views, and they know that these people are going to buy it anyway. So they need to make the revenue because you don't know what tomorrow brings. The other thing is you can't undercut your partners like Amazon Prime and YouTube and ppv.com and the pay-per-view providers. You are only allowed to discount X amount. It's and remember, all that money is not theirs. They do a split. They do a revenue split, 50-50, 60-40, either way. So nobody's willing to lose that money.
Right.
And I don't think they should.
And listen, the company is 5-6 years old.
Yeah.
You know, they're not at the point where they can easily give away free pay-per-views.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is, people are like, well, WWE. I'm like, well, WWE's charging you $30 a month to get ESPN. And WWE's been in the pay-per-view game from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, since pay-per-view was invented, essentially, they've been in the pay-per-view game. That really was a major force for professional wrestling, was the fact that you could order this on pay-per-view.
Right.
You know, that exclusivity doesn't exist anymore. So I think for WWE to do this, they're fine, and they're charging you $30. They're not charging you $9.99 a month.
Right.
AEW Dynamite drew the lowest rating on Wednesday. They did 472,000 viewers on TBS. Yikes, 19.3% drop. This does not include the HBO Max viewership of the insane 500,000 viewers per week that people are claiming.
Yeah.
I am not in that camp, by the way. A lot of people have accused me of being I am not. I don't know where that... I've said what I said about those numbers, and I'm not knocking anybody that is believing the numbers. They maybe they have some information that I don't. Maybe they know how to do certain math that I don't. But I've spoken to people. That is a impossible number if they're getting 500,000 unique views the way that it's being described.
You know, I'm not disagreeing with you. I personally do like watching it on Max better. It's crisper than Spectrum.
See, I watch on YouTube TV.
Okay.
But I'm probably getting a very similar feed than what they're getting on Max. So it's a higher quality. You're right. Yeah. When you're watching on TV, it's not going to be, the quality's not there.
Right. Max is very and I've not had a streaming issue at all. You know, like I'll put it on in the bedroom and it's like nice and crisp. It's fun.
Yeah. MJF and Alicia, a Tao.
I think it's a toot since she's Canadian.
A toot. MJF and Alicia got married on Friday. Now, we played the game on Wrestling Observer Live on Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
Of what Long Island catering hall or country club did they get married at?
Leonard's. And I didn't believe you.
Did he get married at Leonard's? Was it Fox Hollow? Was it Westbury Manor? Was it Jericho Terrace?
You know, judging from the pictures, it could have been Fox Hollow.
No, it's not. I know where it is. I know where it is. It's far out east.
Oh, yeah?
The reason why I know is that my wife's company, she has numerous things that she does, but one of her companies is she rents out flower walls. Okay? And she had rented out flower walls to that venue.
Oh,
and
interesting.
Somebody slipped and was like, oh, no, we got to move it. There's a wrestler's birthday. A wrestler's wedding. So,
that's funny.
So congratulations to both of them. I hope that they have a wonderful life together and a long, strong marriage and all the good stuff. So fun. Did you see that? Can we talk about the big deal over the photos that were posted?
I kind of read a little bit about that, and please fill me in.
So it's a wedding. Relatives take photos, and people post photos of the wedding that they're attending.
Right.
People on Twitter were very upset that Hangman Page was there.
Oh, no.
And
Why? You think...
He's a heel, and he hates MJF. And why would he go to MJF's wedding? Actually, did you see Tony Khan had an explanation and said, oh, no, he's friends with Alicia?
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we... What year is this? Why are we upset?
Kayfabe? Mad at kayfabe? You know about kayfabe and you're mad at kayfabe?
I think
that there's no kayfabe?
You're mad at kayfabe, but you want to break kayfabe because you want to get all the information about their personal lives. So you're upset that you discovered what you were seeking. And now you're upset.
Like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see how the sausage is made.
I don't want them to be friends.
But I want to know how the sausage is made.
And you know what was wild to me? And I'm like, okay, so it wasn't Flower Fields. Flower Fields is nice. People are now guessing. I won't tell. XOXO, I'll never tell. I'm like Gossip Girl. I am the new Gossip Girl.
You are the new Gossip Girl.
You know what? What if I did that? What if I did Gossip Boy and it's only about the wrestlers and all the drama in their lives?
you should start a Discord that is called Gossip Boy. And
I want to be the Perez Hilton of wrestling gossip.
go down the road of doing a burner and then get outed for it being Andrew Zarian. Because MG will throw you right under the bus.
It's him. It's been him all along. So they got married. It was nice. Oh, no. Okay, we're back. MG, I really effed you right now. I did. My finger hit the stop stream. We're live. We're back. But my finger hit the stop stream, and I had to correct this. I'm so sorry. So you're going to have a very difficult time with this combining it, and you're probably going to have to call Suncast, and he's going to yell at you because I'm going to blame you for the problem. Okay? So thank you. Where do you want to go, Rich?
Let's talk about Dynamite and All Out, and then let's do questions.
Okay, let's do that. Get your questions ready, boys and girls.
If you want to super chat us, your question will be answered first. If you don't, that's okay too. We'll try our best to answer all your questions. Dynamite, 9-10-25. Hangman Adam Page versus Josh Alexander. That's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
You got Ricochet versus Shelton. Great. You have Mercedes Moné and Emi Sakura versus Rio and Alex Windsor. That's going to be good. All Out, the 20th of September, 3 p.m. So far, Tony Storm, Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter versus the Triangle of Madness. Fun. TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné versus Rio. I feel like that's going to be a sleeper match of the night or afternoon.
Mercedes and Sakura versus Rio and Alex Windsor. I do like
no Mercedes versus Rio.
Oh, Mercedes versus Rio. Yeah. That's gonna be great.
Mark Briscoe versus MJF at All Out. Coffin match. John Moxley versus Darby Allin. Darby has to win this, right?
Yeah. So. Who else does coffin matches? Undertaker, obviously.
The Undertaker.
Kane has had a coffin match. Like,
sure.
Who else? Like in the legacy, in like the lineage of coffin matches. Who else does coffin matches?
Did Abyss do a coffin match? I want to say he did.
Let's see, coffin matches. Is there a database of all the casket matches? Yes, there is. Okay, the first one. So I'm looking here. In WWE, the first coffin match was Kamala and The Undertaker. Survivor Series 92. The next, let's see, any other company? TNA, D'Lo Brown. Oh my God, D'Lo Brown and Sonny Siaki had a coffin match.
Wow.
That was the first TNA coffin match. Abyss and Sting did have Abyss. That was Abyss's thing. Abyss had a bunch. Mr. Kennedy and Bully Ray had one. The last one was Su Yung and Allie to defeat the Impact Knockouts champions in 2018. Lucha Underground had coffin matches and AEW. So those are the first coffin match, according to ProWrestling.fandom, is The Undertaker.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So Darby has to win this, right? Because he's the spooky guy?
He's the spooky guy, yeah. Unless they beat him and then he flies off like The Undertaker.
That would be... If he flies off with bat wings, oh my God.
His soul comes out and he just flies. I'm going back to the mountain.
Well, this could also, they could do something fun here. And again, this is just fantasy nonsense.
They could try to get Liam Neeson to come and find him.
Oh, so good.
Did you see that movie? Did you see Naked Gun?
Taken?
No,
not yet.
Okay. I heard it was good.
I do want to see it. Yeah, same.
I like to
laugh.
I don't know. Liam Neeson is such a serious character. I guess that's what makes it funny.
Have you ever seen? There was a show on HBO with Wicket Warwick where Liam Neeson shows up and pretty much does himself, but as a comedy character. And I think that was the impetus to get him to be in this movie.
Okay.
I'll send you the clip when we're done. It's very good. They could do something fun here. So let's say John Moxley wins, Darby Allin gets buried. Do what they did with Pentagon, where you have Darby Allin show up as like Dark Darby and just like completely like a nightmare.
I would like that.
Right? Yeah. Or Moxley loses and he finally gets time off.
That man, they can't. They never give that man time off. Ooh, my sign's falling again. That guy has really been the backbone of that company.
Mm-hmm. He's the
Really?
ace.
Yeah.
And you have your main event of All Out, AEW World Championship, the champion Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher. I think Hangman retains.
Yeah, Hangman retains. I think it'll be a good showing for Kyle.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to add more matches because you also have that program that they're building to between Takeshita and Okada.
Yes.
So you got to do something there. Also, did you see Wardlow's hurt? Torn pec?
Oh, no. That sucks.
Yep. He's out. He came, he did a lariat, and that was it.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Let's do questions.
All right. Let's do some questions. We got 10 minutes. We're going to be out of here at noon. MG, can you help us out here with the questions? Okay. Let's take this one here from Good Doer 627.
Okay.
Let's see. Should AEW go after Ronda Rousey? She's not as hot as she used to be, but AEW, I think, could certainly capitalize.
She doesn't want to go there.
Yeah, she doesn't want to go there. She was
did.
also...
She did ROH there,
Yeah.
and they wanted her on AEW, and she wanted to do ROH.
Yeah. And also there was a thing where she was complaining about her wrestling... I totally blanked on her name.
Who? Marina?
No, not Marina. In WWE, or there was a thing where she came out. She was complaining about wrestling. Oh my god, I can't believe I blanked out. Yeah, she just did something recently. Never mind. She was complaining about a match that she had.
Oh, she was complaining about with
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Bliss. There you go.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah.
She was complaining that she
My
wanted
brain
to work.
broke.
Well, she didn't want to work with her. She wanted to work with Shayna Baszler.
Mhm.
Right? That's what she wanted to do. They promised her. They dangled that carrot of oh, you guys could do this. You guys could do this. And then,
Right.
and then I guess she was upset over that. I don't know. Whatever happened in that last run really pissed her off.
Yeah.
I don't have that hate against Ronda. A lot of people disliked her. They didn't like how she wrestled.
Yeah.
I thought she was such an asset for that company to have. It really was a big deal. I think sometimes the voices on the internet are not really what's happening. And I think that was the case with her. Whatever personal issues people have with her, and I don't know much about her. I don't follow that stuff. But as far as in the ring, I thought it was refreshing. She wrestled very differently. She actually would do judo takedowns. That was all gone the second run, and near the end of the first run, that was all gone.
But what a great debut.
Fantastic,
really great
yeah.
debut matches. Those handful of matches at the beginning were awesome. I got to thank Razzle Dazzle in the chat. The name of the show I was talking about with Liam Neeson is called Life's Too Short. Thank you.
Yeah.
So look that up. Let's see. What else do we have here? Chaz Langner, what's going on with Ring of Honor and streaming?
In what sense?
Yeah, in what sense? And then we'll come back to that.
Yeah. Do you want to change the
this is-
screen? The thing?
Yeah, I'm clicking on it.
It's not working. MG, can you do it?
MG,
Yeah,
can you
I'm
do
just
it?
trying to find the question.
Okay.
Okay.
Just go in any order. Just go down all.
Go to Mod Revolve's question of could you ever see a day AEW does a combined all in, all out weekend? I would love that.
I could see them doing maybe that. You know what? Doing a Saturday all in and doing a Sunday all out.
Fantastic. That would
Could
be
they pull
that would
that
be
off?
some
Yeah,
kind
I think
of
they
palooza.
could.
Yeah.
That would be a palooza. Yeah, I think they could pull
If
that
they-
off.
I think if they do it in Chicago, do one at Hoffman and one in Chicago proper, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Because then you can have the whole run of the city.
Yeah. No, I think they
You
could
know.
run. I think they could do something unique. They could. The big question is, can AEW sell out these? How many people were at All Out this year? All in this year. Do you have that number?
Good question.
MJ? I don't have that in front of me.
How many were at what? All
All in. How many people? What was All In's attendance this year? Was it
Okay, let me
30,000?
look it up.
No, I think it was like
Yeah.
25. I think it was like 25,000. So
Perfect. Yeah.
that's hard for them to do. It's just the marketplace right now. They're not. A lot of people thought that they would get like 60,000 people or 50,000, whatever the occupancy of that stadium was. It was evident that they couldn't max it out like that. But 25,000 is nothing bad. I think it's incredible. How else can you do this? Well, you could book the same building 2 nights in a row and have 2 sellouts at 15,000, and now you did 30,000 people.
Exactly.
It's possible they could pull that off.
It's listed at 29,000.
There you go.
Here we go. Look at this. Fightful. Hey, look at that. Techno Team 2000 is back on Fightful. About effing time.
There we go.
I'm Eric Watts in this group. I'm the Eric Watts of Techno Team 2000.
Who's hiding behind that name? Is that Sean? Is that
I don't know. It could be Joel.
Is that Rob? Is it you? Is it Joel?
It could be Joel.
So much disdain. You have so much disdain for Joel Pearl.
It's that smug Canadian way of his. The sweetest boy, Joel Pearl. Chad Fortune was the other partner in Techno Team 2000. Did you know that? Chad Fortune.
What a reference.
Yeah.
MG, throw another question up there, please. This is from Brian Knight. Any update on an ESPN DTC YouTube TV deal? Also, how did you like the Mets getting shut out last night? LOL, go Phils. You're not getting your question answered.
You're not getting your question answered. Next.
How about that?
How about that, Brian Knight? Yeah. How about that? How about that? How about that? How about that?
How about that? Next question, MG.
You people steal balls from children. How about that? How about that? How about that? Did you see that lunatic?
Yeah.
I love that they found who she is and they're gonna ruin her life.
Especially, like after you would think people would know better after that dope stole the cap from the kid at the tennis match.
Oh, the U.S. Open, yeah.
Yeah. And that guy immediately. It took that guy like a week to apologize.
Well, at first he doubled down, and then he said, "I never said those things."
Yeah, him and his wife doubled down, and then he was like, I'm sorry."
Listen, you give it to a kid. Like honestly,
always.
I have caught 3 foul balls in my life. Okay,
are you serious?
I've caught 3.
Wow, that's a record.
You know what else I've caught? The towel cannon, the t-shirt cannon. I've caught that twice.
Oh hell yeah!
I caught one during the first game back at Citi Field. I went with Bob. There was maybe 2,000 people there.
Oh wow!
That guy pointed that bazooka at me and just shot at me. And you know how I caught it? I was talking to Bob. I saw it with the corner of my eye. I went like this and I caught it.
Nice.
He has that photo. He saved it. He has it framed in his house. I've caught 3. And then the other ones were I've caught one like 97, 98. That was the first one that I caught at Shea Stadium. There was nobody in the building. It was like hell on earth during the summer. And the third one was with Hunter.
That's nuts, man. Like, I think none of my boys who are like super into baseball have ever caught anything.
Do you think I've gotten way more into baseball in my later years?
You're late. Is it over?
It's over, dude. I got like 3 hours left.
Are you checking out, man?
My blood pressure is like at 400 right now.
Are you old school dadding right now? Like at 46, you're just gonna like call it quits because you've been working in the mine your whole life?
I can't. I've been slaving look at these soft hands.
Let's see. MG, throw one more question up there and then we're gonna call it quits.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Oh, there we go. Paul Anthony Moss.
Great name.
I figured after Mox dropped the title at All In, he'd go on a vacation or be off TV for a little while. Are you surprised he's maintained being the workhorse of AEW? Dude never takes off. I think if, like he had his, I think he had his addiction problems a few years ago. And ever since then, he came back super healthy and sober. I feel like he's got so much in the tank that maybe the guy doesn't want to take time off.
Also, his wife is on the road too with them now. So,
right.
I think it's a little bit easier being there, but there's so many injuries happening in that company. I don't think they could afford to have him off TV.
Yeah.
And that's my system. Nobody said that to me, but I think you could pretty much look at it and see. What was that thing I said I want to touch on for a minute and I didn't? Oh, God.
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't see the memories of a goldfish, like we said at the
Memories
beginning of the show.
Goldfish. Yeah.
MG, do you remember what he's talking about? Let me go.
Yeah,
Let me
I don't
scroll up
remember.
to the top just in case.
I don't remember. I think it
Yeah,
had to do
all
with.
right.
I don't remember. Do you want to do one more? Let's do one more.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Is ROH going to be on YouTube now? I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for Ring of Honor. Is it dead?
Well, the last pay-per-view, I can help a little bit. The last pay-per-view, they had problems with that
Yeah,
streaming
they put
service,
on.
so
I
just
watched
threw
it
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if that's.
I think they could do better on YouTube than they could with that streaming service that has like, only like 10,000 subscribers or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think it's of much value to them at this point. So if you give it away for free, does that help your brand? I think it does, to be honest, because they have 10,000 subscribers. If that's the number today, that used to be the number. I don't know. I had a Ring of Honor Club subscription that I wasn't even using, so I canceled it. Not that the product is bad. I don't have the time to sit there and consume all that content every week. I watch what I watch, but I miss a lot. So that's why I'm not talking about Ring of Honor like how some people do. I don't know. To me, if you're not putting that thing on TV, I don't know the purpose of it.
Right.
If it's not your developmental, which is it or is it not? I don't know. And you have, your Ring of Honor champions are on TV every week. I don't know if that's the best use case. I always thought that when they were running those in Orlando, what was it, in Orlando, Universal, they were running those shows. I honestly thought that it would evolve into their developmental like that, where you would have, their veterans there as their coaches, much like how NXT is. And you could have maybe one or two top guys. You could maybe bring some people there, but you put on a weekly show and you sell that product and it leads into AEW TV.
Yes.
But I don't know. I don't know where they're standing on Ring of Honor.
Or just legit ape the NXT model.
Andrew, do you know Gert from Queens? Who is Gert?
I don't know, Gert.
Do you know Gert from Queens? Is Gert a person?
From Andrew Brown in the chat.
Andrew Brown, is Gert a person? Do I have to look up Gert?
Yeah, you're going to have to look up Gert.
I don't want to look that up. Who knows what that is?
Short for yogurt.
Now I'm looking this up. All I'm getting is the Queens.com website. Longtime Sunnyside activist Gert McDonald remembered.
Sure. There you go.
That's the only Gert that I'm seeing.
Yeah. There's
all right, guys.
Gert beef robe.
Old
all
Mets caller. Oh, Gert from Queens, you're on the air.
There we go.
I want to talk about Mike Piazza and his hair dye. I heard he's dating Sam Champion. Front page of the New York Post. Remember that?
Would you have popped if the Mets immediately fired Alvarez after yesterday?
No, I like Alvarez. I like him. I think he's just this effing team is the Mets, and they'll forever be the Mets. No matter how many Juan Sotos they get, they will always be the Mets.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And I love them. I love the Mets.
And that's okay.
I've watched every game this season, including preseason games, and I've gone to probably the most that I've ever gone in my life this year.
Trying to get to some of those postseason games?
100%.
Yeah.
No question about it. All right, guys, that's it for this week. Love each and every one of you. Rich and I would be back. When are we back, Rich?
We're back on Friday at 10:30 a.m. For Mat Men.
10:30 a.m. Friday, Mat Men Podcast, Wrestling Observer Live with me on Sundays. You can catch that and everything else we're doing. You can follow me on Twitter at Andrew Zarian. Follow Rich, BTC Rich. Follow MG at, what is it? Fight Forever?
To Fight Forever.
Okay, whatever that is. We'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.